And Trey, 2.
What's up, guys? Today is Wednesday, January 5th. And guys, I think the world's coming to an end officially.
Oh, boy.
So the Little Caesars hot and ready pizza is seeing a price increase for the first time in 25 years.
What?
That's right. The $5 hot and ready will now cost you $5.55. I've been thinking about this all week. Can't get it out of my
Moment
head.
of silence.
We're fucked.
Bro.
That's tough, right?
That's like a whole extra pie for every 10 pies.
I mean,
you
I
get.
can't even remember the last time I had Little Caesars, but that's just like sad.
Sitting on the stoop of the fraternity, I remember very clearly.
Probably,
very
or like-
vividly.
Get like 20 of those pies, dude, for $100.
Yeah, or like after homecoming or something.
Dude, I was borderline a hero out there. I would sit on the stoop by the street, and other people that were in my condition that didn't get to their place yet, I would be like, you guys need a slice? It only cost me $5 hot and ready. But now I can't even do that anymore.
Did they say why they're increasing?
Inflation.
It's got to be.
Times are tough, bro.
It's got to be.
That's why.
Their ingredients are in the port somewhere in San Diego just waiting to get docked.
Yeah, bro. Fucking Little Caesar has to, see that profit too, They got to eat, man. Just like you eat their $5 hot and readies. Oh, wait. $5.55.
30 days, 30 pizzas.
Nick, what's on your mind? Because that was bugging me. But what's on your mind, man? I want to hear. I want to know.
I got an email the other day for a job I applied to like 7 months ago. This was like before I cracked my skull open and blah, 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 and decided to just do stupid shit with my life. But I got an email from this one job. I don't even remember what it was. I was like, we're sorry, but we've gone with another applicant, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bitch, it has been 7 months. Like, I don't even think about you, let alone this is probably one of the most pathetic things ever. It took you 7 months. Like, that's just courtesy.
I already
at that
starved
point.
to death.
Yeah, like
Who are you emailing?
Like I'm not thinking about you anymore. Like you were my scapegoat to get out of my previous position that I hated so much. I would have hated you just the same, but I don't know, man.
That is weird that they do that all that time later.
It's just courtesy. You know what I mean? Like you should just have an automated thing. They've definitely filled that seat in 4 weeks probably. It takes you 7 months to cycle through all that. It's just fucking put it in MailChimp, dude, and just hit click. Like, no, denied.
It's too hard for some people.
I don't know, man. It's an email. I don't even have to talk to you. Like, I don't know, man.
I hear you, dude.
Were you upset about it?
I'm just.
Do you know like what company? Like, was it a company you're like, I wouldn't mind
it's
getting
just
it?
it's just like you are now wasting a spot in my inbox, and I just took 10 seconds out of my day to just go. I don't even remember you.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's a little shit like that. Petty. I'm petty when it comes to that. Like, be courteous. Like, respond to me when yeah, I should just keep applying, dude. Over and over and
And
over.
then 7 months, do it routinely.
Yeah. Half the time I'll reply and just be like, I don't need you. And I know it's not even going anywhere, but I just do it. Just be a dick back.
That's hysterical.
I don't know why.
You're a menace.
It makes me feel better about myself.
Ralph, didn't you just have a funny email you were telling us about?
Oh, I got a couple funny emails. One, it's always great when your old employer reaches back out asking for you to reapply. So that's always fun. No, actually, it was more like emailing, like in general. We were talking before we started recording that, I would rather, like, kind of like with you, right? You sent that, and it's like, dude, I would rather you just tell me, like, dude, your resume kind of blows, like, you're not going to get the job. But instead of 7 months, 7 months goes by. I'm personally sick and tired of sending emails and getting them blatantly ignored over and over and over again. And I would rather these people that I'm emailing just tell me to fuck off. Like at the end of the day. Just,
Agreed.
Right? Like just straight up like, hey, dude, we don't really give a shit. Like we're perfectly fine being complacent. Just stop. And I'd be like, great, dude, don't want to waste my time anymore. But that's unfortunately.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm in sales. Everybody that's in a sales role knows how difficult that stuff is. So sales automatically gets a weird, bad rep. So people just ignore, delete things like that. So it's just, I don't know, man. Just man up and, tell me to fuck off and I'll fuck off. Like literally that simple. I'll move on with my day.
Because you're in outside sales too, though.
Yeah, dude, people knocking on doors. Like I'm head hunting, which if my employer's listening, that's not what I was promised. But That's what it is. Like knocking on businesses' doors.
What are some of these emails though that you're getting?
Well, the one time, to make a very long story short, because I think I might have covered it on a previous episode, but
True fan test.
True fan test. If you have heard the story, I apologize. I promise it'll only be a minute. I was going through, dude, my sales process, I don't want to say it's extensive, but I genuinely give a shit. Like, as a salesman, I do actually care. I know every single salesman says it. I actually do care. Like, I like building relationships with business owners because who knows, down the line, I'm building a business myself. Down the line, I might be touching base with these businesses and be like, hey, like, what can you help me with? You know, so I like building and learning and things like that. And this one guy, I spent so much time working with him and doing a demo, and he was ready to move forward and everything was good. And then one email, no response. Another email, no response. A third email, no response. And it's not like me being like, hey, man, like, what's going on? It's like, hey, you have the paperwork. I need it to put you on because your pay is coming up soon. You're trying to run, and, like, it's not coming down. No email. Finally, I said, fuck it. I'm not waiting around anymore. So the tagline was, were you eaten by alligators? And in the email, I went through the whole thing. I was like, listen, I think his name was Brian. I forget. I have it on my phone, but I'm recording with it. And I was like, hey, listen, man, it's been some time now. I'm just checking in on you to make sure everything's okay. Please respond with one of the answers below. And I had an A, B, and C. And A was, everything is okay. I'm just choosing to ignore you. B, it's like, I was eaten by alligators. Unfortunately, I'm unable to respond, nor will I be choosing to move forward because of it. Or C, everything is okay. It was just like this whole thing. He responded back like within a minute. And was like, dude, that's hysterical. That's funny. I appreciate that, man. Sorry, work's got me through the ringer. I'm back in town tomorrow. I promise you I'll send you documents tomorrow. And then he was a man of his word. He came back home and sent me the documents. But
I mean, what a great sales story, and just someone like reaching back out, because we've all had those clients where, you know, like they just ghost you out of nowhere. Like, what a way to get him back in.
Sometimes you just gotta like break the professional barrier. Like I don't like treating anyone in a professional setting as like let me rephrase that. Like, I don't like the professional stigma and etiquette that goes on all the time, because there's no direct connection with someone. I'm not getting to know you at all. It's all like, you know, just beat around the bush BS the whole time. Like, it's a game, and people smell that and they understand that, and they don't want it at that point. But if you're just like,
you're real.
What's up, dude? Real. Like, blah, blah, like, you know, back home, really shitty, blah, blah, but back at work, no big deal. Like, they feel you at that point. You know what I mean? They're going through the same thing at home. You got to connect. And I don't know, man. That's why sales was never really a thing for me. I always stay in the ops and finance side. But I've dabbled.
I wish I was that smart.
I would jump on some sales calls, dude, and like I would pray that dude be after lunch, because if it was and they would call, they'd be like, "Oh, what's going on? How's your day so far?" But my girlfriend made tuna salad again. Like, I would just like try to find a way to transition away from any business talk and just show them like, yo, this guy's like a normal dude. Until they fired back. It's like, whoa, you don't like tuna salad? I was like, all right, well, okay, never mind. That definitely backfired. But
oh man, I hear you. After long days of work, though, nothing better than ice cold beer.
Should I crack this?
Yeah, why not?
Would you drink it?
I'm sure it'll be dry.
All right. Oh, wow.
Gritty.
Not what I was expecting. We got a beer today, Gritty Kitty from Brewworks. 6.5% ABV. A hazy milkshake style IPA brewed with vanilla beans. And I was expecting it to not be that good. But it's like pretty good. Oh man. What's on the can here?
It looks like it'd be like like the Monster Javas. It looks like it'd be like a coffee taste.
They got me my degree in college. Shout out
Javas.
Monster. Yeah, Monster Java's got me my degree.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, yeah, it does look like if you just cover up Fegley's, it looks like it's a Monster. Java's whatever. Java something. It's actually pretty good. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to give it. It is like on the thicker side, like a milkshake would be. That's kind of crazy.
Is it bringing all the boys to the yard? That's the question.
It might be.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
I give this a nice 7.2 here. That's a good beer, really good beer.
I don't know, man. It's heavier, and it's got a little bit of a bite at the end. I'm gonna go I'm gonna do like a 6.1. I'm not a big fan of this, to be honest with you. I didn't really like the last milkshake one either, so maybe it's just not my thing. The can's cool as hell though.
You are
You're not tasting
lactose
it.
intolerant.
I am lactose intolerant.
Maybe it's the milk.
I'm gonna shit my pants by the end of this episode.
Hey, it's worth it. I do like this one. I do like the can. It's fun fact. While I was reading at the bar top, it is the little sibling, not brother, of the Squishy Kitty, which we also did a rating on, which we should actually compare and see if it is the problem child, the Dennis the Menace of the family. But it's a cool can. I think Jared would have liked this one. Probably would have given it a 10.7 like everything else. I think I'm just very spiteful against Jared. I'll talk about it later. I think I'll go with I'm going to go with a 6.4. It almost dude, it looks like a root beer. It's so dark.
You see what I mean? It looks like it's, I don't know. It has a cool can though. It is actually a pretty cool
I really
can.
do love the can.
Ralph, rate it without drink. If you haven't noticed, by the way, Jared is out, and we have our producer Ralph in Eli's seat, Eli and Jared's seat. You know,
His seat is still warm from last episode.
Let's get this. Let's get to this in the middle of the episode. But Ralph, since you're allergic to beer and you're probably not going to drink it, give it a rating just by
Yeah, no,
from the outside.
That's why I said with the Monster Javas, things like that, I used to rip them like they were going out of style before getting on set. I do agree. It looks like a root beer. It does. It just looks like a friendly beer, which is why I want to try it. But then I also don't want to get sent to the ER. So basing it on the can, it's cool. The little weird fish buckle is a little strange, but I would rate it just by looking at it probably like a 6.1, 6.2. I would.
Okay.
My height.
Damn, I wish. Could you imagine?
Don't watch the video.
Oh man. Yeah, moving on to NBA. I know the new year started. I've been watching a little more NBA than I have been. This is about the time I think I get into it more. Eli, I know you've been watching it though, right?
Yeah. Anytime you're dealing with a job and there's people who can do their job and there's people who can't do their job. You know what I mean? And you see it everywhere. You could be in a restaurant, a Wawa. You could be in a Fortune 100 company. There's people who can do their job and there's people that can't. And this segment is called I Hate Russell Westbrook. So I'm going to start with DeMar DeRozan, who can do his job. The first player to hit a game-winning buzzer beater in back-to-back games since the start of the play-by-play era, which was 97. Back-to-back nights earlier this week, DeMar DeRozan, and one of them being a lofty little three, hit game-winning shots. Now, I don't know about you, but even hitting a couple buckets at a park feels pretty phenomenal. You leave a pickup game with 6 points, you're all right, I'm that guy. You know what I mean? Dude, I can't even imagine, Frank, you're a Knicks fan, you know what I mean? Imagine hitting something like that in the Garden, dude.
Oh yeah, it's unreal, and he did it back to back, which is kind of crazy that it hasn't happened since '97.
Yeah, well, it's back to back games, back to back nights. Think about that. Even just to have the opportunity to do that twice, let alone hit both of them.
Yeah, and back to back nights, not consecutive games, right? Consecutive nights.
I mean,
so it
back to
wasn't
back games. It wasn't
like
I
a
think
game,
the games were
then
night to
off
night, but
okay, I think I'm just overthinking it.
Yeah, a little bit. He hit those shots.
That is really sick. I didn't watch the games, but I did see the highlights, and that is pretty dope.
And then that brings me to the other side of the topic. It brings me to Russell Westbrook, who can't hit shots ever, right? So it's if you have a job and you work specifically out of Microsoft Office and you get hired and you don't know how to type. That's what Westbrook looks like on the Lakers. This man drove the lane for a game-winning shot with Carmelo Anthony at the edge and LeBron James, I don't know if you guys have heard of him, also in the corner waiting for the three, both wide open. And he has now done this multiple nights, bro.
That's crazy. The Lakers are the 7th seed. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah,
That's
it's cold
kinda crazy.
out here. Cold world.
I mean,
no
I'm sure they'll
blanket.
be fine. As long as they make the playoffs, who cares about home court anyway?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of LeBron a little bit has that Brady dynamic where it's we don't need to burn out everything we have to get the highest seed. Just put us in the playoffs. Brady doesn't care if he beats the 1 seed in the first week or the Super Bowl. It doesn't really matter to him. He knows he's going to beat them. He just goes out and plays his game. And I mean, it's very similar, and I'm just full of fun facts tonight. One other fun fact about LeBron, because he's the GOAT, is LeBron James cemented an average of exactly 25 points per game or higher 17 seasons in a row.
That's crazy. He's been in the NBA for so fucking long.
Like,
It's crazy if you think about it.
dude, it's like he might move up the scoring list again just this season.
Oh
And
my
he's
God.
already top 5. Like, it's
How old is this kid now? He's getting to like college level, right? Is he in college now?
I think he's a junior
Yeah.
in high school. He's playing in Allentown in February.
Really.
Yeah, they have like a high school. There's a high school game at PP&L. A lot of people are buying tickets because they think like Bron might be there, which is possible. Like he might be. I mean, the dude owns like private jets and stuff. But from what I understand, remember looking at his schedule because I was one of those people, and I was like trying to connect the dots. I think LeBron's got like a game that just like it wouldn't like happen. But this will be the game I don't go to, and he does
for a
go.
high school. That's hysterical.
If I was
That's
LeBron
crazy,
James,
right?
I wouldn't come to Allentown either, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go to Allentown. It's 15 minutes
I feel
away.
like there's so many other destinations where your son's going to play that you can pick that are way better than Allentown, Pennsylvania.
He's like, where are you going?
He
To
could just
fucking
buy a
Allentown.
stadium
Like
at
this
that
kid's
point.
playing in like Miami, like fucking Dallas,
Why,
Texas.
like, why
Like,
Miami, dude? Even Bethlehem, not Miami. Why Allentown?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like what?
Before we move on to football, I just want to touch golf. Golf is back. And I know not a lot of people might not watch it, but there truly is nothing like having an outright winner ticket going into Sunday with a chance to win. Top 5 feelings. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. I'm gonna be watching some golf this weekend. It's in Hawaii, primetime slot.
You're going golfing this weekend, aren't you?
Yes, X Golf in Easton.
I love it, dude.
Can't wait.
You guys love that
The
place.
golf
Oh.
simulator.
When are you gonna come?
Super nice.
When I'm not fucking working, dude.
When are you
Crazy.
not working, dude?
See, I actually want to open up. I don't know. I'm telling you, business venture. I want to open up like a full-fledged golf simulation place though, with like a driving range built in,
Let's get Deck on board. Deck,
like an actual driving
watch
range.
the video, Deck. I'm pointing at
That'd
you
be cool.
right here.
Right?
Deck, it's just you and I.
You know how expensive they are though.
You heard
they're
the man.
So expensive.
How many
I
Tesla
bet,
stocks?
dude. I bet,
Like a
man.
really good one is so expensive, and it's like my dream is like, yeah, I want 10 of them in there with like couches and like TV. So if you want to go on a Sunday and watch games
You
and just
should
shoot
go-
18 while bringing beer, like that's the in my head that's what makes sense. But I also don't have
Yeah.
400 grand to dump
You
on
should
it.
go to X Golf.
Is that
Yeah,
what it's
X
like?
Golf is fun.
Exactly what it's like.
They have the simulators. They got the full bar.
Cigar.
pretty sweet.
a
But
ci-
do they have a
cigar
top golf
lounge?
driving range?
No.
No, there's no like actual outside driving range. No.
That's what makes it different.
But this-
And I would call it drunk driving. So you bring your beers.
There you
See?
go. You're
Right?
driving drunk.
$1 million idea. Hire me.
Okay, moving on to the sport we all can't wait to talk about, football. And I'm going to start with the Giants because I want to get out the way. I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid right off.
Let's do it. Rip it hard.
I'm fucking miserable. I don't know what they're doing. Like, am I just, again, I'm taking the crazy pills. The shit that Joe Judge says, why is he still the head coach? I think this past weekend he was like, yeah, so many former players are texting me saying they want to play for this team when they're getting paid more somewhere else. What? Who the fuck is texting you that, Crazy Joe? Oh my God. So yeah, the Giants suck. Anyone else before we move on?
I'm a Bills fan until the Giants get
Perfect.
it together.
Ralph?
That's it.
I just, man, Mike Glennon, man, what a guy. Let me tell you what.
I'm sure he's a nice guy.
Mike, if you're listening to this, dude, give it up, man. Like, congratulations on your 6 different team swaps. Now he's injured, right? Like,
Oh my
imagine coming in
God.
for half the season and then you get in. It's like, dude, the Giants are a complete mess, man. Sterling Shepard used to be my favorite player. Guess what? He's completely lost that space. I currently don't have a favorite player on that team anymore. It's just, it's miserable to watch.
Yeah, you would think they would just clean house and start fresh, but they're keeping Joe Judge. So yeah, that's the Giants. What else do we have? The Bengals had a sick
He's so good.
sick win against
so
Kansas
good.
City Chiefs. I did not think that was going to happen.
I'm happy about that because I was hyping him up last
And then he
episode.
crushed it again.
Crushed it again, dude.
good. Yeah, unreal. I mean, Jamar Chase.
Joey Jackpot.
Oh my
Joey
God.
Jackpots.
Dude, Justin Jefferson broke the rookie single game receiving yard mark last year, and then his teammate from LSU, Jamar Chase, breaks it this year. Like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking wild, dude.
Dude, one cool thing, I don't know if you guys see this, you might. I swear to God, like Joe Burrow is the successful version of Johnny Manziel.
Yes.
Wow.
He has enough of the edge where he's in the locker room throwing up the money signs with the cigar in his mouth, but he's getting it done. Like he's not on a podcast in a van talking about losing his Heisman.
It's
like
just a lot less
Wait,
cocaine.
I have the perfect evolution, guys. Johnny Manziel crawled so Baker Mayfield could walk so Joe Burrow could run.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
That's it,
Joe
dude.
Burrow was on a full-fledged sprint. Dude. He's running a 440.
I know, but that's like the progression. Like he said, like the swaggy quarterback comes out of a college. Baker Mayfield was the same way, coming out of Oklahoma. Heisman winner.
yeah, man.
Yeah, the plant the flag in the middle of the field.
And then Joe
like,
Burrow
ballsy.
rolled up to the game in a shirt that had all his receivers on it. T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and Jamar Chase all on it. Like it was a sick shirt. Like he rolled up looking fresh as hell. He's just so cool. I saw they call him Joey Jackpot or Jackpot Joey.
Yeah.
Love that,
that's
dude.
so sick for a quarterback.
Yeah, and what? He's in his second season, third season,
Oh my
second,
God.
second, third.
Yeah, second.
Second, yeah,
season.
because last
Second
year he
tore his
got
ACL.
hurt
He was
injured.
against
Yeah.
Washington.
And just coming
And he
back.
FedEx
yeah.
Field, dude.
And he tore his
Scumbags.
ACL last year, dude. Like, I really hope the Bengals could like put together some sort of a run because that would just be so cool.
Washington's
Smoking
actually.
cigars. No, I was gonna say
I'm
smoking
skipping ahead,
cigars
sorry.
and hitting the gritty in the locker room. Like that's fucking cool, man.
Oh, 100%. Washington's actually, they just said they're going to announce their name or something.
Yeah,
The
dude.
Washington
I got,
Commanders.
Yo, so
Listen,
I got, all right, hold on. No, this is mine. I'm the one going through the pain. It's my segment.
the Commanders.
Dude, so
Jesus.
here then, right? Okay. This is the beauty of being a Washington fan. I've been sad since I woke up. So I'm not, and I don't mean woke up today. I mean woke up like I came to Earth. And it's fine because their success literally died when I lived. Like if you think about it, because I was born in 93 and I think 91 or 92 was like their last successful year, but it's fine, whatever. So I've been rooting for this one, and Frank, I know you're on board with me with the Red Wolves, right? Red Wolves. I was like, Red Wolves, baby. Like we might
Sick
have a little
name.
swag to us. They came out and they were like, all right, we're going to announce our name in February. We're not giving you anything. And I was like, okay, cool. And then they went, but? And I was like, what do you mean, but? They were like, it's not the Red Wolves. I was like, come on. I was like, that's the only one I wanted. So we'll just go around the room. You guys pick your favorite. I'm going to give you, this is what they laid out as the possibility. Mind you, the jersey sneak peek they gave had stars on it, okay?
It's the Commanders. I'm telling you right
So
now.
there's the Admirals, the Armada, which makes me think of Rick and Morty, Mexican Armada. The Brigade, the Commanders, the Defenders, the Presidents, Red Hogs, and Sentinels. So military for no reason, but I know that was a lot. I'm not going to read it again. I'll read it again. Admirals, Armada, Brigade, Commanders, Defenders, Presidents. It's not going to be the other three. I'm not even going
I'd
to
be
read it.
willing to bet you go look on like LLC S Corp like incorporated and see if the Washington Commanders were taken.
Oh, it probably
Well, that
is.
was the reason the Red Wolves was taken off because their trademarks and shit was already bought.
I feel like we can
That's
get
what they
rid
said.
of Snyder's heated driveway and use that money on the trademark.
Yeah. Yo, low key, I kind of like the Red Hogs.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that.
That's
I
kind of
swear.
cool, dude.
It is cool because it pays homage to their old school Hogs. Like, there's still fans that wear the pig mask in the stadium. Like,
Well, yeah,
but Washington, if you can't tell by now, hates their fans and they want them all to die.
Well, so
Admirals.
I kind of like the Red Hogs because it has red in the name, and I just think that's cool. But Hogs, it's like you're paying homage to the offensive line you guys had in like what the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. the
So that's
turn.
pretty cool. But then like I don't know, I just think like Red Hogs, even if you have like a present day like really sick offensive or defensive line, like that'd be cool. I don't know. I kind of like Red Hogs.
Yeah,
That's
and-
just me.
I
though.
mean, you're also just tossing around.
I don't like any of the military shit.
You're tossing around
It's
the
weird.
pigskin, though.
It just sounds
dude.
like
Weird.
it just sounds like a fucking a football league that gets created that tries to like compete with the NFL and they just fold.
Yeah.
Like the Washington Commanders would be in like the AFL
It's like all.
or the fucking AAF, whatever it was called.
It's like a flag football team, but every guy that plays on it is in his 40s and divorced.
It just blows my mind that they've spent
This much time,
two
bro.
years trying to come up with it, and you have a short list, and that's it.
This list almost double digits. That's the other thing.
That's a
The
long
Washington
list. Then.
Presidents.
It's still terrible.
It's not even a short list, bro.
I'm gonna go play for the Presidents, guys.
Yeah,
Let's
The
see
that
what
sounds-
Washington Presidents.
So bad.
You know who's not going to be a Washington fan if they call themselves the Presidents?
But like to build up what you're saying,
Joe
Nick,
Byron.
somebody sat down and was like, "Hey, What about the presidents? And then a conglomerate of people were like, you know what? We're going to keep that up there.
I saw someone say they should be the Washington emails.
The email tough guys. I play for the email tough
Yeah,
guys.
trademark that right now. You Snyder, you can't get me.
Dude, the Washington emails is hilarious. Oh my God.
You get a lot of support. I wouldn't doubt.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I just I feel bad for you having to buy all new gear after all that.
Bro, it hurts.
That's like the
It's
worst
authentic
part.
though. Like authentic. Like
I don't know. But
in
what
10 years?
What if you don't like the name though?
Oh, well, yeah.
You kind of have to learn to love it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Somebody made the decision.
yeah, it ain't me.
Yeah.
Don't worry. The seat's over at the Giant Stadium for you. Eli.
Oh, yeah. Before they go for $6 a ticket.
We'll take it.
Dude, FanDuel put out rankings, and the only team lower than the Giants were the
Jaguars.
Jags, dude. The
believe it.
Lions were ranked above
Still
them.
not last.
Dude, I said it earlier. If the Lions would play the Giants right now, the Lions would win. That's just a fact.
100%.
Dude, with
Our
Amon Ra on that team?
backups is injured.
Yeah. A game I want to talk about real quick was the Cardinals-Cowboys game. I did have that as my lock last week, but it just feels crazy that, as soon as someone's starting to make you believe, like, they lose a game. And I feel like that's happened a lot. Like, not so much with the Chiefs lately, but they were, shitty in the beginning. Not so much with the Bucs lately, but the Bucs have dropped bad games. The Bills lost to the fucking Jaguars. The Titans lost to the Jets. Like, there's been some crazy losses. I think the Green Bay lost to someone week 1 that was like, what? I can't even remember. But that was a really good game. And I think the Cowboys are overrated again. But I mean, what's new, right?
Nothing.
Is Zeke a good running back?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's also just tough for running backs nowadays because they're just like fucking tired after like 5 years.
Yeah, and I don't know, these big guys, dude, like they're they're easy to grip up, basically. Like I'm watching like Zeke and Barkley and stuff, who are absolute studs day one, and now that they're bigger, they're even more muscular than they were before. Like they lose the agility. They're just trying to run through people, and then they're injured for half the season. I mean, we've seen that in both of them. And they were the top running backs in the league for 1 or 2 years when they first came out.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Any other games you guys want to talk about? A bunch of the Buccaneers almost lost to the Jets. That's kind of crazy.
I just want to solidify my lock last week, just for the record. Patriots by anything, dude, you could have teased them up to 39.5 and they still would have covered.
They beat the shit out of the Jaguars, dude.
Like
that was crazy.
that is vicious.
Dude.
Like new hobby, new job, figure it out, go somewhere else.
Speaking about the Jaguars, did you guys see that if the Jaguars beat the Colts in Jacksonville on Saturday or Sunday, 1:00, that the Chargers and the Raiders can tie the game and both make the playoffs?
What?
Isn't that crazy? So
Make a pact.
So before the game, before Sunday Night Football, which is Chargers Raiders, that's going to decide a playoff spot. Before that happens, Colts travel to Jacksonville, and if they lose to the Jaguars in Jacksonville, then the Raiders and Chargers can tie the game Sunday night and both go to the playoffs, and the Colts don't.
That's such a weird.
Isn't
I feel like
that
that's
crazy?
A sick stat line, but it's also really like just weird.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think this has ever happened before. We've never been in this situation because think about it, dude.
Two
There's
teams.
probably nothing in the rules that say you can't just kneel it out
like
the
a-
whole game.
Yeah, it's like an anomaly at
Dude,
that
why
point,
wouldn't
dude.
you? Guaranteed playoffs? Yeah, let's fucking tie. Shakes hands. Like,
There's got to be a line somewhere.
that's what I'm saying. I don't
That's
know.
Jared. Call up Jared right now. See if there's
There
a line
could be
somewhere.
something. But then even in the rule book, like if you just meet pregame, be like, yo, listen, just run 4 straight downs, go for it on 4th, and we just stay in the middle of the field all fucking game.
Yeah, they're both guaranteed playoff
Dude,
spot.
guaranteed a playoff spot. I mean, I don't think the Colts are going to lose to Jaguars, but still, it could happen.
Anything's possible, dude.
Yeah, I think
And
they're
that's
like
it.
I think they're like 2 touchdown favorites,
Damn.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, big week in fantasy football for the boys. Eli, do you got us?
Oh, I got you, man.
Wrap it
This is the
up.
last week of the fantasy
Yeah,
update.
it
though.
is.
It's
So-
done, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's done. God bless America. It's done, dude. I'm not going to have any hair left. If this would have gone for 2 or 3 more weeks, I didn't have it. So it's my account. So I'm going to start with the semi game. So it was myself against Sags. Side note, I hope you guys enjoyed those tweets. If you did not see them, go look at them because there are horrific pictures. Honestly, of everyone but Frank. Frank was looking all right in his picture. My man got the studs in, bro.
Strong jawline, full head of
dude.
hair.
He was looking. He was all right. He was all right. Sags was in theater. I pre-braces. I had the frosted tips in the front, and it was a picture of a school picture. It wasn't even like the PDF, but it's whatever. It's fine. So I ended up taking out Sags for third place. I'll take a bronze. I third placed my other ones. Double bronze, double let down. It is what it is. Jared in the chip. I know he wants some energy here, but I'm not going to give it to him. No, I'm going to give it to him. Jared had a hell of a year. He's lucky that Derrick Henry got hurt, or else I would have literally been scalping him in the championship game. But at the end of the day, he put up a nice number against Frank. They had a good chip. It was a bit of a sweat for a good portion of it, but Jared got it done. Shout out to him. He is the winner of the league. And then we have our other games just because why not? Connor and Nick played each other 2 weeks in a row. Connor came through. And side note, Nick and Connor would have had a hell of a run in the playoffs because even though they did not get in, like Connor put up 152 points in the championship week. Like, dude, if he would have got in, like he would have ran the table.
I think Connor got in. He just lost in the first round.
Yeah,
Nikki,
we were both first
Nikki
round.
Q got in.
Yeah, Connor and I made first round.
Oh, okay, that's
we
what it
lost,
was.
and then ended up playing each other the entire way through for the rest of the playoffs.
Dude, they were just hanging out in the living room like, yeah, man, it's just like round 3 of fighting each other. Slump Busters Tom beat Will the Random. Hold My Stugats with probably the best score he's had all year, the whopping 4-10 with 152 points over Tristan. And your boy Juice fell to Stefan. And it does pain me to say it, but that is the end of fantasy this year. I mean, how do you feel about the year? What are we thinking? What was your down? Give me something.
I don't know.
I think I had a good year for my team.
I don't know what to do with my hands anymore. What am I gonna do every day?
I think I had a good time. Obviously, great year to everyone else in the league, and I hope you sign back up next year. But if anyone does drop, we'll obviously open it up to you guys because we want as many people in there as possible. But I'm pretty happy with it. Jared had a great team all year, and I lost to a really good team in the championship game. So
and the boys went 1, 2, and 3 on the podcast. Dude, come out and try to beat us.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. That's all just cashed.
Come out and try to beat us. Like, I mean, I feel like that's a good showing, and like the locks reflect that too. Like, good showings all around.
Wow.
It was I don't know. It was pain. It was fun because I had to be very creative. Get my first round pick messed up, and I got Travis Kelce, which isn't a big deal in the auto draft, but. I had my RB1 get injured week 2. I had 2 of my starting receivers injured in the same week, and they were out for like 7 weeks. So I had to be creative, and I still finished in 6th place, so middle of the pack. Like I don't know. I guess that's worth it.
Ralph, you had a rough year.
For all that.
Yeah, which is crazy because I hope my now fiance draft her league and she plays first. So it's like, okay, so I can just draft for other people.
So she's taking your spot next year.
100%.
Right, like she crushed her league. Me, I come in. I don't know, dude. Like, this is what happens when you have DC on your lineup and you're like praying for him to play. It's just
That's awesome.
It was a brutal year. Dude. Every week was a sweat, and by sweat I mean like, wow, I don't have no players to play. I was pulling 2nd and 3rd string players off like the waiver wire every single.
Yeah, it was
week.
definitely a crazy year, especially for first round running backs.
Bro, losing Henry was
crazy.
so brutal. That man is still in 6th in rushing.
Yeah.
Locking in a 3rd. But I mean, hey, he got hurt. It is
Taylor,
what it is.
Gotta tell you what, that guy's a monster.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I hope it's kind of toss up between him and Cooper Kupp, and I kind of hope he wins it just because I feel like running backs don't really get a lot of shine.
Yeah, but when you're
especially compared to like wide receivers and
quarterbacks.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, when you're running it 60 yards down the field by yourself, and then they give it to like the 2nd string running back to score.
Yeah, it's also a lot harder to be a good running back compared to like wide receiver. I feel like because one like you're usually going up against a cornerback or a DB that doesn't know the route you're running. But like when you're running the ball, you're running straight at 300-pound dudes. So I feel like, you got to give them respect, which is awesome. So I hope Jonathan Taylor was Offensive Player of the Year. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. Moving on to a very weird time because I don't know what we're going to have for our locks. So here is our locks of the week. Cardinals last week came through for your boy outright. They beat the Cowboys 13-9 on the year. I was looking at some football stuff. Didn't know what I was going to bet. So this is what I'm going to do this week. I'm going to put out 4 bets on Twitter and just have anyone vote. And whatever the vote is, that's going to be my lock this week. So that's what I'm doing. So my lock of the week is TBD.
Okay. Interesting.
Outside the box, I like it.
By the way, last week the podcast went 4-0 on our locks, so we had a clean sweep on the sheet to close out the year. So I was 7-4 for 2021, but going into 2022, I'm going to take the Ravens at 5.5 against the Steelers. I'm just feeling that game for some reason. I feel like the Ravens have cleaned up a lot, and the Steelers are just kind of winding down with Big Ben going out. But I am going to have a wait. Where's my extra one? Is it on there? Did you delete that?
The bonus. It's
right
underneath
there.
mine.
So I have a bonus as well. Being a soccer fanatic here, there are qualifiers going on. I'm gonna parlay Italy money line versus North Macedonia and Portugal money line against Turkey and parlay that.
What are the odds?
We'll see. It's like -150, and those are two very solid teams who are just playing for their positioning. I mean, Macedonia and Turkey are almost never in much of any tournaments besides regional at that point. And I think these are World Cup qualifiers. I don't remember.
Okay, a nice little greasy parlay. I like it.
Try it out.
Yeah, -150. Fuck it. Right?
Fuck it.
YOLO. Who needs it? Yeah, to Frank's point, it is a weird week. I did think about going into basketball, but I thought, you know what? Surprisingly, I got my FanDuel results, and my most bet sport on FanDuel is still basketball. I mean, it makes sense with all the games, but I'm going to wait until I'm done with football, and then I'm going to dive heavy in the basketball. We're going to get that going. But Bears plus 3.5 against the Vikings. The Vikings, with or without Kirk, have not been able to get it done. And I feel like when you reach this point in the year with teams that have nothing left to win, they end up fighting for their positions next season. Like, this is one of those games that I can see that happening. I can see the Bears squeaking one out. I'll take Bears over a field goal, plus 3.5. I'd be a little hesitant at +3, but I'd probably still fire it if I had at least 3 Inglings in me. So that's mine. 3.5 if you can get it, but drink a couple first if you take 3. That way you can't fully blame it on me.
Perfect. And you got an artist of the week this week, huh?
Yeah, man. I haven't had it the past couple weeks, but you know I don't want to just send out stuff that's not good. But just like my bet, it's got the word shaky in it. The artist's name is Shaky Graves. He's got a song called Tomorrow. It's a little folky, but it's it'll hit you right in the heartstrings driving to work. It'll really make you feel that pain. You might pull an Antonio Brown right in the middle of your shift after listening to it, but it's something good, and call your ex, quit your job, whatever. That's all the artist of the week is here for.
Happy New Year's too, guys.
Happy
we didn't
New
get to
Year's,
say
guys.
that. Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
2022.
Yeah,
I know.
First episode in 2022.
Back,
Let's
right?
go.
And we're exhausted.
Exhausted. Big plans for 2022 on the Lunch Beers podcast, guys. I'm going to say it here on the pod now. Dedicated to blasting this and getting big. So it's going to be one hell of a year. And I'm
Shout
excited
out
to
to
do it
new
with you guys.
listeners, too.
Yeah, shout out to new listeners.
You guys have been going crazy this past month. I
200
don't know how
a
you
day.
have the time.
Yeah, 200 a day. I don't know where it's coming from. So we promise the content's coming more, guys, and nothing but blessed. 2022 is going to be a massively great year.
All the 20s.
I'll drink to that.
With that being said, guys, seasonal depression is at an all-time high, but we're still running. www.lunchbeerspodcast.com. Check us out on YouTube, all socials, and wherever you can listen to podcasts. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Bing bong.
Ping bongy bong.